Ladies and gentlemen, this is your glorious host here. It is Team right here. Ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing on this Sunday's edition? I'm doing very well for myself. It's only 2 days until Christmas, my lovely listeners. This year is flying by, no doubt about it. Now, it is time to discuss for you, my awesome listeners, wrestling news, wrestling topics, and a lot of interesting topics to discuss for you. So if you like, sit back, relax, put your feet up, grab something to eat, grab something to drink. Now, if you don't do that part, maybe you want to do this part instead. Chill like a villain and hear my thoughts and opinions on a certain topic, and there will be an article down below or a link. If the article will be too freaking big to put all down there, you know what I'm saying, in the description box, you guys and girls can figure it out. Let's freaking roll this. Now, WWE has teasing women tag teams, you know, the belts, division. Now, the last few months, Sasha Banks and Bayley have been buddy, okay? That's all fine and dandy, okay? That's all, I'm okay with that, okay? But I really think WWE dropped the ball, not just once, twice. Sasha versus Bayley on the main roster. You know, leading up to Mania, they scrapped it, idea, you know, so many freaking times. It is ridiculous. I guaranteed Sasha Banks and Bayley get very upset. You know, Sasha, we want you as a heel. No, wait a minute, we want you as the face, you know, because the beginning of this year, she was very, very bitter, you know. She wants this push. You know, she wants this going after to win the very first Women's Royal Rumble last year. And of course, it did not happen. So, the next step was the Elimination Chamber. And that was the very first for the women's. And she did her thing. She knocked Bayley off her pedestal. You know, that chamber pod. That was a great moment, and a lot of you thought they're gonna have a match between themselves, you know, Bayley versus Sasha Banks at Mania 34, but WWE decided to scrap it and have those two ladies at the very first, or I think the very first, they had like a battle royal or something like that. Really, WWE, that's kind of stupid. They should just have the original plan, and they scrapped it, and they became buddy. Now they want to push this tag team. I don't know if it's going to be for Raw only or for both brands, so we'll see. Most likely, if they do this, they will be the very first Raw tag team for the women's division. And I guarantee you, once this happens, it's going to be Sasha or Bayley stab them in the back, and that will start. They will renew their feud once again, relighted their feud. You know, I think Sasha is a better heel than a face, and I can't really picture Bayley as a babyface. Not babyface, sorry. She always been babyface on the main roster. I'm saying I cannot picture Bayley as a heel. She's too goody two-shoe to do that kind of thing, you know. Okay, listen to this, what she had to say. During a recent interview with Total Warriors, WWE women's wrestlers Bayley comment on a women tag team division in WWE and more. You can check out some highlights down below or below. Now, she says she wants a women's tag team division and more. What else you want more? You know, you have done all, okay? You make special appearances. You have your own action figure. What you want to be in Marine 7? Crappy movie, in my opinion. The very first movie under WWE, in my opinion, is John Cena, the Marine. Not because John Cena was in there, because the story was tell great. How many times are we gonna see the freaking Marine? They're gonna go up to 10. They're gonna stop it. All the Marines so far under The Miz, has they ever been in theaters? Absolutely not. They'll be the one that take that kind of chance, because those guys absolutely sucks in the big screen. Now, if there was The Rock, that will go strictly to theaters, because The Rock is Mr. Hollywood, and he's been doing it longer than the freaking Miz. You know, I don't have any issues with The Miz, but he's no Hollywood. He's not The Rock, in Hollywood. But WWE wants to use his gimmick, because that was used to be The Rock's gimmick before there used to be The Miz's gimmick, So I'm okay with the tag teams for the women's division, because most of the women are just don't do nothing backstage. They just on their freaking phones tweet or post photos on Instagram. They don't do nothing backstage. I mean, that's why I see on photos, because WWE can use every lady on the main roster, So if it happens, it happens. Nia Jackson and Samoa, to me, they could be Raw Tag Team Champions if Nia Jackson, sometime in 2019, is not the Raw Women's Champion again. Hopefully she's not. So who's ever not going after the Raw Women's Championship sometime in 2019, let WWE created a division. The ones who are not going after the main belt, they could go after the tag team belts, and that'd be good enough, I think they did it once before in TNA. They call them knockouts. I don't know if there's a very good success or not. I don't know if they still have the belts or not. I don't follow TNA or Impact Wrestling. However, if you have not listened to the ones I discussed about Impact Wrestling, they got a new TV deal coming up very, very soon. So listen to it if you guys and gals are curious. Now, I have no problems with Bayley. I think she's the weakest link in the women's division. There's a lot of women wrestlers in the Raw roster should get the opportunity, but for some reason, they like to give it the same women. Sasha Banks, Charlotte Flair. I'm talking about overall, okay? There's always Charlotte Flair, Sasha. Now it's Becky Lynch. How long Becky Lynch is going to be on top? Who knows? Probably not as long as Charlotte Flair, I'm not a big fan of Charlotte, Probably because she's related to Ric Flair. That's her dad. And WWE should not take advantage of this name, the Flairs. She should have her own legacy, but I guaranteed she'll be like the 16-time women's champion and something like that. She probably will beat her dad's record. If John Cena cannot beat Ric Flair's record, he tied it. Someone else got to beat it, and it's going to be the one and the only. It's going to be Charlotte Flair. It's going to happen. She's young. She's a great performer. But in my opinion, there's a lot of wrestlers on SmackDown Live deserve more opportunities than freaking Charlotte Flair. And I'm glad that Asuka got the opportunity. I don't know how long she's going to keep the belt. Probably not until probably Mania. She drops it or before that. And because WWE says, you know what? It's your time. Now it's time to get back to Charlotte. That's how WWE is, I don't understand WWE, I know the matches are predetermined. That's kind of a downfall. And hopefully in 2019, they have some storylines leading up to these matches. Not just put matches on Raw or SmackDown Live. People love to hear storylines. I love it. It was great in the Attitude Era. It was great in the Russian aggression era. I don't know if they did it. Well, they did it somewhat in the Golden Era. Maybe I just didn't pay attention back in the day. I was too young. I was watching other stuff like Knight Rider when I was young, Snapper, Dukes of Hazzard, those were the good old days of television. So, I watched wrestling, but not when it first aired, Thank God for reruns. Anyway, that wraps it up. This is just a very bizarre discussion. What do you think? What Bayley says. You think Bayley knows something? I think they all know because they all work back there. They know if they're gonna release the tag team division, they're gonna release the Raw tag team belts. They all know. They just want to keep it on a down low. You know what I'm saying? They think they don't know, but they all know. If they don't know, then that's sad. I think the upper management should all spur the word. Say, you know what? Sometime in 2019, you will get your wish, ladies, and you will be we're gonna have a tournament like maybe a couple of years ago, or even longer, when Stephanie McMahon introduced the SmackDown belts when they have a tournament. So I'm assuming they're gonna have a tournament on Raw, and then the final will be on pay-per-view. That'd be how I will book it. Or probably they have a tournament on pay-per-view. That'd be even nicer. No interruptions on stupid commercials from USA. So that wraps it up. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, hit the notification, and let me know what you think about the article. I'll be back sometime tonight. Adios for now.